Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. All right, so it looks like schedule conflict has done it again. The Dallas Wings has become the latest team to move their game, regular season game, for the Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever Show, America's team. Now, we already have teams that had already moved their games. The Connecticut Sun, the Atlanta Dream, first it was the Washington Mystics, second it was the Atlanta Dream, then it was the Chicago Sky, then it was the Connecticut Sun, then it was the Las Vegas Aces, then it was the Phoenix Mercury, and then it was so that's 7 teams. Dallas Wings make 7 teams that have moved their game. Now, we know that the Atlanta Dream and the Washington Mystics was the 2 teams that said they had scheduling conflict when it came to moving, the reason why they had to move their games. But everybody else pretty much moved their games without any reason behind it. Now, Chloe Peterson reported on this early yesterday about the capacity for the Dallas Wings. She said that the Fever game at the Dallas Wings on June 27th, which is 7 days after my birthday. So hopefully I'll probably be traveling to Dallas to see this game. So I have to check my work schedule, see that I might not have any scheduling conflicts. So it's being moved from the UT Arlington campus that the capacity is 7,000 to American Airlines Center, which is one of the largest not stadiums but arenas in the W or the NBA, and it seats 20,000. The most recent in many moves for the Fever away games. Now, like I said, we have talked about everything about why. Now, some people say, hey, that the Fever teams should move their games for the Fever. But you got to understand that the Indiana Fever had the largest away crowd just as well as home, over 17,000. And I think that number will go up this year. I think they will break that record. I think they will break home records because of how they have built this team. Excuse me. Especially with the likes of Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, Sid Colston, Bree Turner, Caitlin Clark, Leo Boston, the return of Kelsey Mitchell. They're going to shadow them away in home records for real, because they're going to be, I always use the terminology of football in most of my segments, what I do. And they're going to be like the greatest show on turf, like the LA Rams back in the day. They're going to be a very exciting team to watch. They're going to be a very exciting team to really enjoy, and people going to get the fans is going to rally around them, and they're going to be must-see TV. And if the Fever goes out and win games, say they go 10-1 or 20-2 or 3, something like that, like something or run like the 72 Bulls and the Golden State Warriors, and going to win a championship. Networks is going to want to put them on air. They're going to want to put them on air because the fact of the matter is they want to see the NFL. They want to see Caitlin Clark. And how you think that the W was able to make the money they had and be able to negotiate a new CBA deal is because of Caitlin Clark. Because the fact of the matter is that she brought all of this energy, she brought all of this gravitation, she brought all of this influence, and this economical growth to the W. And they want to capitalize on it this year more so than they did last year. And the Chicago Sky, they could have moved a lot of their games to the United Center. Now, don't know why, but now they're doing it this year because they know for a fact that I hate beating a dead horse, but they know for a fact that Angel Reese can't sell out the arenas like that. She can't. I mean, as much as people want to hype her up, her growth, or what she's doing marketing wise or endorsement wise, she's not going to be able to be the draw that she is. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is that they know this, and now they want to capitalize on Caitlin, but they don't want to give Caitlin credit. They don't want to do it. They want to sit here and downplay everything that Caitlin Clark has done, and to say, well, oh, you know what? Hey, we about to do this. We glad to see the growth of the WNBA come to where it is. It's been a long time, and this like I said, it goes back to the CBA. They want to take all the credit and say that they had a hand in the growth of the W, when the growth of the W was struggling for over 20 something years. And I had highlighted in a lot of my videos that when you had Diana Taurasi that been in the game 20 years and she still couldn't move the needle. You got Breonna Stewart that's in there. She couldn't move the needle. You had Sue Bird in there. She couldn't move the needle. You even had a great Mile Moore in there and she couldn't move the needle. Even Candace Parker said she couldn't move the needle. Lo and behold, a white girl from Iowa, corn-fed, like Shannon Sharp said, corn-fed. And guess what? And at the end of the day is that they don't want to give her credit. They want to take credit from her, and make it seem like they was doing all of this. They wasn't doing all of this. They wasn't. Because the fact of the matter is, Caitlin Clark came and she wanted to see the league needed this pop. The league needed this growth. And it's at the end of the day, man, it's like now they want to figure out like, okay, let's continue to move to not just one, but two of our games, to showcase. Let's make more money at the gate for us. And that's what they're doing. They're making money for them. They're not worried about, because they know that if Caitlin comes to town, her fans is going to come. Everywhere Caitlin Clark goes, her fans, like last year, you had people from Canada, you have people from Australia flying over just to see Caitlin Clark play. And the thing about it, and one thing we have to remember is that there's going to be more fans this year than ever. Like last year, we thought it was a lot of fans. This year, it's going to be record-breaking again. And like I said, these attendance records are going to be break again, because the fact of the matter is that they know that the Fever has built this team up. They want to see this team play. They want to see how exciting this team is. And like I said, they want to capitalize on it. I mean, rather they gonna admit to giving Caitlin Clark credit, they don't have to, because the fact of the matter is they showing their hand. They really showing their hand that at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is a common denominator in all of this. Like I said, they haven't been doing this by themselves. They couldn't do it by themselves. Now you got a player that's very exciting, doing something different, shooting behind three, making passes, breaking records left and right. And all of a sudden now It's like, oh well, we need to get paid for what we worth. Nah, and just a notion to go on top of this is that, like the Phoenix Mercury last year, there was 17,000 in the house to see the Phoenix play Indiana. This year, you have two chances to see Caitlin Clark in the desert take on the Mercury. Step right up to see the show. Wow. I told you they like the greatest show on hardwood right now. And the way Phoenix Mercury advertised it, in my thumbnail, I put the pictures, Caitlin Clark and versus Kalia Copper, and then you turn around, the Dallas Wings turned around and did the same thing, made the same kind of banner that they had Dejanay Carrington and Enrique Omoale on there. They turned around and put a banner with Caitlin Clark picture on there. That's how you market the superstar in the league, the face of the league. You cannot tell me that Angel Wilson get this kind of attention. You can't tell me that Angel Reese get this kind of attention. They already know. Dallas Wings already know Paige is going to be their pick. So you're going to get you're going to get a matchup of Paige and Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to get Enrique. So you're going to get a really good game against them. But nevertheless, you got to go against the best, and the best is Caitlin Clark. None of these other quote unquote star players. And I think the New York Liberty, well, they play in the Barclays, so they don't move the arena anyway, so they're just out of the question. But the fact that you have at least 5 teams jumping on board to move their teams, it goes to show you. It just goes to show you what it's about. Like I said, again, everything that the Washington Mystics and the Atlanta Dream did, and said that they had scheduling conflict. Guess what? They didn't have schedule conflict. They know they needed to move these games because everybody else was moving their games. And they feel like at the end of the day that they had to come up with some excuse to not make it look the obvious. But as smart as we are, as smart as the fans is, we see right through it. We see that throughout the BS what they're doing. I really want to take a notion back and just say, without Caitlin Clark, this league would not survive. I mean, it would survive, but it would not get as recognizable than it is right now. It wouldn't. It's just one of the things that you have to understand, that Caitlin Clark moves women's sports. Even when she went to the golf, she moved it. I mean, you just look what she done. If you think about this, if Caitlin Clark had went to Unrivaled and won MVP and won the championship in Unrivaled, you think Unrivaled would have been packed every game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel at the end of the day, it was beneficial for Caitlin not to play. And I go back and say this again, guys. I don't think she's ever going to play in Unrivaled. When you see Sabrina Ionescu come in for a short term and then just abruptly leave because she had other engagements and they made an agreement with her, come on. Marina Mabrey only played 2 games. She's been out for the whole season, only played 2 games, but she was dancing around on TikTok and all of this stuff, baking and all of that, but she's supposed to be injured. Half of them players wasn't injured, man. Half of them, I'm telling you, half of them wasn't injured. Half of them just didn't want to play, and they just wanted to collect their money. So, but anyway, let me know about quote unquote the scheduling conflict with the Indiana Fever having all of these teams move because we about to see the greatest show on hardwood this season. Like, comment, subscribe. Live Wire Sports. I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.